definitely supply and demand. In fact, the only reason why you're sitting directly across from me is because Rico trusted Cream. And Cream, he trusts you.
And my name is not today.
What? You police? Fuck you on, bitch!
Nigga, fuck that milk. How? Bullshit.
Captain Minetti wants me to go meet up with a young lady who's infiltrated Ivan Petros' organization.
Police, put your fucking hands up. Sit down!
Sit down!
Drop it, motherfucker!
I am officiating. I'm refereeing this game.
Look, man, are we gonna talk business or we gonna play cards? Because I got better shit to do.
Where the fuck is that cop killing bitch?
Hey, yo, I heard you looking for me.
Suspect, black female.
Police, put your hands up right now! Right now!
What the fuck you think this is?
What this is you violating my constitutional right.
Oh no! Antonio!
Go call a fucking ambulance! Now!
Prepare to meet your maker.
I'm going to paint this store with your fucking face.
Man, my man fucking me. Man, I don't know what the fuck you talking about, man. Yo, open your fucking mouth, pussy.
How do you live with that shit?
Hello. Welcome to the Unspoken Heart Discussion Hour. We have a special treat for you. Michael Stephen Paul is in the building. Yes. And today he's here to talk about his movie, Keys and Cuff, and he's also about his cast members. So make sure you share this live and tune in. Much love to everyone. And hello to everyone over there to YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and also on Twitter. Thank you so much. Just to let you know, as y'all have seen, we have the poetry contest going on. And as you see, the trophy is in. I know a lot of them say, well, we can't see how big it is. Okay, I'm going to show you right here. As you see, my hand is standing right here. It's from here to here. So it's a nice size. It's glass. It has the logo of the Unspoken Heart. And this one will go out to the powerful poet of the year for 2022. Now, I know a lot of y'all was kind of confused about the way to enter. And I'm going to tell you again, what it is that you have to do a self video, meaning just like I'm sitting here, you record yourself spitting what you got. You can read it from a paper. You can act it. It cannot be from an event you had. It could not be from speaking or anything like that. It has to be a video showing you actually speaking it so that we know that you're actually the one that's saying this here. Now, with the first place winner, the Powerful Poet of the Year, they will receive this trophy. They also receive a certificate along with the candy hearts, because you know it's during the time of Valentine's. So they will get a box hearted candy, and also the Unspoken Heart 2 book. For our second place winner, they will receive a certificate, also a box of candy, the Unspoken Heart CD, and they also will receive another surprise gift. So make sure that y'all get your videos over. The deadline is the 30th. The judges are already going over the video, so we need y'all to go ahead and get them in as soon as y'all can so that we can get this on and popping. And as you know, we have a special guest that's going to be here February 10th during the raffle. So make sure that you tune in. Miss Nice with it. She's going to be here to spit a little something, tell us about her path, her book, and her CD as well. So thank y'all so much. Now we have our interviewer here today, Miss Keisha. Hey, pretty lady. How's it going?
See, my mic is muted. Hey, it's going pretty good. Glad to be here.
Yes, I am too. I'm so excited. You ready to interview this young man?
Let's go.
He's full of surprises. I'm telling you, he's keeping us on our toes. So everyone, everywhere, all the way from Bronx, New York, we introduce to you the movie producer, music producer, award-winning Michael Stevie J. I don't know why it said Stevie. How we doing, mister? How we doing?
I'm good. Happy New Year. How's it going?
Happy New Year. Thank God we all made it.
Yes, another year.
Yes. So how did you bring in your new year?
I slept.
You slept through it? I could believe that because you got your hand in a lot of things. You've been very, very, very busy. Yeah. And I mean, I'm here to say I am so proud of you. I really am. I've been watching you and everything you're doing. And I mean, I sit back and I'm like, how does he do it? Because I mean, you have some distractions, then you have something that had to hold you back for a minute, but you get right back in there and you back on track.
Yeah, it's it's about keeping my faith and my strength. You know, my faith is my strength. But you know, I'm also surrounded by a great group of people who has my best interests at heart. And I don't mean for my business, but I mean for my emotional, my spiritual, and my mentality. So, yeah. Well, I mean for my mental. So, you know, when you got a good group of people that you have in your life, when things go astray or you know things get a little haywire, you got them people you can turn to, or you ain't even got to turn. They may just see it and just immediately intervene.
Yes, and I mean I love this cast that you bringing on. I got to talk to them a little bit before we started, and all they displayed was nothing but love for you, just love for you. Say they want to support you, and I mean that is something that there is a reward within itself. I'm telling you, and I mean because that's one thing we talk about nowadays is that people supporting one another, you know, being there actually in action, supporting one another, you know, and it seems like this group here, they got your back. They really got your back.
Yeah, that's, and I got their back and their front.
Yeah, I hear you. Now, we had you here in San Antonio before when we had you for the movie that you was doing a release. And then we also brought in the Hopeless Romantic crew. And we also had another movie that we did because the movies you have are Hopeless Romantic, Time Matters. Days of the King is not one I heard, but I read up and I've seen that. So we're going to talk about that later. A Shelf Ingredients to Deception, Colorblind, 3 the Hard Way, Chill Pill, Run, and Keys and Cuffs. Man, how do you do it?
Well, you do your own work, man. You do your homework really good, yo.
Man, that's a lot.
Yeah. It's I don't know. It's really surreal that I actually have these productions. 2 of them, Keys and Cuffs, coming out in May. Hopeless Romantic releases in March. We pushed that date back to March, that time frame to March. But Time Matters is I'm shooting that. We're gonna be rolling camera in March for that. Colorblind, we're gonna be rolling camera for that around June. And then Keys and Cuffs Part 2. I already started writing the script this morning. I did the synopsis. And we're gonna roll camera middle to late August for that. Days of a King is a series, it's a television series that I actually started in 2016. But when I lost my mother, I didn't want to be bothered with music. I didn't want to be bothered with anything. So I was in a different space, you know. And then with Three the Hard Way, I really want to at least start that. Depending how fast I can get time at it, I could out that as fast as I can work. You know, sometimes some hiccups may happen, cast
Right.
members or something like that. You never know what can happen. So
Yeah, because I know during the year as I was watching you, I mean, you have went through a lot. And from watching you, I mean, you had, I think it was 2 surgeries.
yeah.
And you still found time to still spend time with the children.
Oh, yeah.
And we know Mikey J, he loved the children. You know what I mean? You still had time to do your filming on the set and still made time for family. You
Yeah.
know, the wife and kids. How was you able to balance all that? Because I mean, when I had my surgery, I'm in the bed and I'm like, I don't want to be bothered. I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but I know I got a lot of work to catch up on.
I don't know. I honestly, let's start with my surgeries. Um, for me, it was hard, still very hard with these surgeries that I just had on my left and my right knee. But then I still need a surgery on my back as well, my lower back as well. You know, I'm just dealing with. I'm working through the pain. That's what it is. I'm working through the pain. No painkillers, no nothing. I'm on adrenaline. I'm running on adrenaline. So
Yeah.
that's right now, pure adrenaline when it comes to just being on set.
So do you have those people that tell you, well, you know, because I know I got my mom on me all the time, like, you need to slow down, you need to stop, you know, you can't be doing this. Just Mikey, it's time to just be still for a minute.
I hear that a lot from Shawnee. I hear that from Lewis Garden. I hear that from Bella Ray. I hear that from Donna. I hear that from her husband George. I hear people, but you know, I have a lot of people's, you know, dreams that I'm responsible for with my films. But Shawnee says that, and she says, you know, you're no good to anybody if you're not here.
True.
You know. And then right after that, Bella said that, Mr. Gordon said it. So I've learned to pace out a little better, time management. And when it comes to family, you know, my family works on set with me. So having, you know, Anya Film, they are Anya Film Group, you know.
Yeah.
But, you know, for me, you know, this cast and some of the cast from Hope is Romantic, you know, I have people's dreams that I really want to bring to fruition.
Right.
So God every day to let me just get through another day and another day. Allow me to get these films out so this cast can see the work that they put in. Allow the films to monetarily be successful so the cast can be paid as well as the crew. So you know, put everything in God's hands, you know. But with people like Shawnee and now Britton Carter and Sarah Green added and now Anita Marie Sparrick, you know, they're new additions to the family. Britton being a little older in the family than Anita, but you know, very wise people, and every one of them. Not trying to put the ages out there, but they have more. They have more experience in life than I do. So even when I them, you know, around me and in my life, and just giving me welfare checks, and I don't mean welfare checks to people out there. Simple phone call, you know. hey, how you doing? Did you eat today? And stuff like that. That means a lot. So I got a great group of people.
Yeah.
That
And I know Scotty's been there for the longest. And I'm going to tell you, I fell in love with a homegirl. I'm telling you, from the time you came down here, you didn't know we was talking behind the back to get your food ready. But I mean, you tell the loyalty and the love within her steps for you. And I mean, I really love that about her. I really do. And her vibe, it's just tremendous.
Yeah, with me and Shawnee, that's my sister. So her and I, we can go toe to toe.
Yeah, I think she can handle you though.
How my mom used to say, a hard head make a soft behind, right?
Yes.
So that's what it is for me, man. Hard head make a soft behind.
Well, I can't wait to meet each one of these cast members because I know some of them I did look up. And the one that, because I'm that type of person, it takes a lot for me to be drawn to you and for you to catch my attention. But I know Miss Anita, I came very interested in her character. I mean, I don't know what made you choose her, but I kind of see that why. I love it. It's just she's very dedicated. Her character, she brings it to life. Like you could really feel it.
Yeah. So with Miss Anita, when she, I'm gonna let her speak for herself, but
yeah, because we're gonna bring her in after the break.
So her character that she plays is Captain Best, and I here I am thinking that here a woman who is seasoned as a model, and she's done some films. I would think she's done so many different types of roles, and when she openly admitted to me that it feels, I'm paraphrasing, how great and damn good it feels to play a role outside of a wife or a mother. Oh, that's what I do. I push the envelope with everybody. I don't typecast anybody, and when you typecasting people, that's not right. So with Anita, she's very coachable. It's easy to direct her. Takes direction very well, as well as all the cast.
Right.
Giving her Captain Best was really a no-brainer for me, especially seeing her work. Captain Best is actually Captain Minetti. So what happened? Raymond unfortunately couldn't finish the film because of what he's going through physically.
Yeah, and that's my favorite one.
Yeah, so Raymond, he shot his scenes last year.
Yeah.
Instead of reshooting all those scenes, which was 10 years prior to me becoming a detective, I kept all of Raymond's scenes. Fast years later, I made Raymond the police commissioner. No, Raymond transferred to a different precinct and steps in Captain Best. And is an acronym actually that I want to put on Black women. And I want young Black girls, or even Black women of any age, to look at Captain Best as Black excellence standing tall.
Right.
I wanted to do that for women. So that character to look up to this woman as Black excellence standing tall as they can be too.
Great. I love it. I love it. Well, we're going to take a break. And when we return, we want to bring in Mr. Matthew, Mr. Britton, Katrina, and Miss Anita. So y'all stay tuned. We will be right back.
Action.
Big motherfucking Ben. You staying all white. Why you staying all white, Benny? You stay prepared to meet your maker?
Baby, you got jokes now.
Now, I got a badge and a motherfucking gun. Eat the wall. Eat the motherfucking wall.
Leave me alone, man. Eat the motherfucker. Yo, man. What's wrong with you, man? Here we go. You was fucking with niggas, man. You start saying bullshit. You got nothing better to do? Like, you got a hobby? This is something. Girl is on, man.
Now, why you disrespecting me, Benny? Huh? Turn around. Did I disrespect you? Did I motherfucking disrespect you? No. Don't do that. Don't ever disrespect me. What the fuck you think this is?
I think you violated my constitutional right. That's what the fuck I think this is. That's all you do all day, bro. Jog around, jump out on niggas, put niggas under pressure. Come on, man. What? One thing, I said you violated me, bro. But one thing I gotta give it to you, you not like them other cops. You niggas is dirty, man. Don't fuck with dirty cops.
Benny, you don't have no motherfucking rights. You sell drugs in the same community that you eat shit and sleep in. Put your hands on the motherfucking wall. And you know what's crazy? I saw your mother the other day. And guess where the fuck she still eats shit and sleep? Huh? In the same community. Get off this block, man. Diabete tu madre. ¿Está bien?
Go see your mother. I always see my mother. Every motherfucking day I go see my mother. Get the fuck out of here. Fucking cabrón. Nieta, motherfucker.
Right? Cut.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I want to say over there, YouTube, Anita, thank you for tuning in. On Facebook, Teresa Easley, she says, hey. Teresa Robinson, thank you, thank you. That's our assistant co-host. She said, hello, everybody. Good vibes. Thank you for tuning in, pretty lady. We're going to also go ahead and bring in our other guests now. So right now, what we're going to do, we're going to bring in Mr. Gilly. And we have Mr. Matthews. Mr. Britton Carter. Ms. Katrina. And the one I'm curious about, Miss Anita. Hello, hello. How are y'all doing?
Great.
Great, thanks.
Good, thanks.
Great.
Hey, now, what's up, Spice? How you feel?
I feel great. Thank you. Yeah, so we're going to start with Mr. Britton. He's dressed differently today from the last time. Support the team. Mr. Britton.
Hey.
You still look good, though. You still look good. Why don't you tell everybody a little bit about the character that you're playing?
There you go. Well, yeah. And let me say, it's always an honor to be on a set with you and do a show with you. I think that you do some magnificent work. You're a great viewer.
Thank you.
Great show. I appreciate you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Different from last time, Hispanic. Mikey did something amazing with this character, Cranix. Cranix is kind of like, he's a mixture of the Idris Elba on The Wire, that character, and kind of like the Godfather type thing. But he's down and dirty, but he's kind of sophisticated with it. You know what I'm saying? So he's a drug lord. You know what I'm saying? But he's on one hand, he's peddling death. On the other hand, he's really invested in family. Family is key to him. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the most important things to Cranix is his family. And he'll move heaven and earth for his family. Great writing, great character. Yeah, thank you. And and he couldn't be who he was without the team that he has assembled around him. Just as Mikey has a team assembled around him, he wrote that so Cranix could be supported by a magnificent team as well. Blaze, Cream, all the people that assembled my team, kind of made Cranix who he is. You know what I'm saying? So Cranix experiences some disease, and it sends him deep in. But Cranix is, and I don't want to, because he's a different kind of bad guy. He's a bad guy, but he's a different kind of bad guy. And I love the way that you wrote it. Gilly, that's my guy. He's, it seems like, and I hadn't even met Gilly, but on interviews and whatnot. But, it seems like he was one of the main elements that, that supported Cranix being Cranix. When you see him place the call to me, in the street, it shows the loyalty. You know what I'm saying? And so so Cranix is a great character, and I love it.
Okay, can you see yourself in Cranix in certain parts?
Now, see, here you go again. Absolutely can. And we talked before doing Hopeless Romantic, and of course I can. I've lived on both sides of the street, and and that's what makes this so unique is that I've got some of that experience, firsthand. I never want to live that lifestyle again, and I think that's what motivates me to try to bring this character to life, so that somebody could see this and know that this is something that you don't want to do. So yeah, I see myself in that character. Yeah, absolutely.
Love it. Now, Mr. Matthews, can you tell us a little bit about your character and how you can relate to it?
Sure. Ivan Petrov, Petrov, if you will. He's just the most savage business, kind of guy. He's into all kinds of shady things. Doesn't really care about anyone or anything other than money. I guess how I could relate to Ivan would probably just be, I think everybody's got a darkness. And it's, from a deep place of survival and, to tap into that because, not everybody knows what it's like to do anything to survive. And when that works, you keep doing it. And I think that's kind of where Ivan came from.
Now, was you surprised that Mikey J came to you with this part here?
Yeah, I was actually it actually just fell in my lap. He said I had the look. It's actually my first acting job ever. And he was like, hey, you got the look. Can you do a Russian accent? And I said, let me get back to you. Never done a Russian accent in my life. It's not really, I have no ties to Russia or anything. And I, studied how to do it and watched a couple of films and watched some YouTube videos on how to do a Russian accent. And he liked what I showed him, and it was a wrap.
Yeah. Now, do you find yourself at times getting confused and crossing over between the the regular Matthew type of talk, and then Ivan's?
No, not really. Me and Ivan are totally, different characters. I mean, we're just from two different places, completely different people. I mean, I definitely have a mean streak, but nothing like Ivan.
Okay, great. Mr. Gilly.
Hey, how you doing, man? Peace and blessings to everybody. Yes.
Same to you. Thank you for being here. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your character and also how you can relate to it?
Well, my character, Big Benny, he's I say he's a low profile, high risk individual that's complacent in his community. He's just comfortable eating his community. He doesn't want any more, any less. Like Britton said, a loyal character, somebody that knows the streets, that's witty, and gets a lot of intel. Basically, who I am in New York City. It's just really, I was just playing like, other than the extracurricular activity, I was just playing, what I grew up seeing in my environment, definitely. You know what I mean? And there's people like the character that I play. Like, they get a lot of money and they just play their block, they lay low, and they don't want too much. The streets matter, they family orientated. As you can see, I'm a mama's boy in the movie. So, I love my mama. Everybody should love their mama.
Yes. So I don't know, when I heard your voice at first in the skit, I mean, I really thought you was the other character, Raymond, because I love his voice so much. And I mean, your voice is so close to his. I mean, it could be just like the son of his voice. I mean, coming from Texas, we love hearing New York accent. I got a best friend here. She says she doesn't have an accent, but she does, and it's still there.
Right.
Even meeting Mikey, hearing his accent and then him switching over to Spanish, it's just like, what?
Yeah, well, in New York City, you got to be versatile because, New York is a melting pot, a lot of different cultures, especially like growing up in the 70s and 80s up here. And, it's predominantly Puerto Rican and Black. So we were just all one people. And, Dominicans, Cubans, Africans from, original Africa, Nigeria, Benin. So, it's just a melting pot, So you pick up accents. That's why I respect the brother that did the Ivan, because, that's like going down to Brooklyn and, little Odessa over there. And you see that every day. So you pick up different, different languages and, you learn. And New York is fun. Yeah.
So what went through your mind when Mikey J approached you about this part here?
It's funny, I said it the other day. So Mikey and I, we know each other all our lives. We grew up together, from forest projects and the music industry. So, Mikey and I, we always keep in contact. And one day he just called me. He's like, yo, bro, I need you to play this. I need you to do this role for me. So I said, bet. Come through. He came through my block. So it was like I said, it was like an audition and actually a role at the same time, because I had to make the phone call like Britton said. And, I was actually talking to myself. I was talking to nobody on the phone. So, Mikey loved it. I thank him for that. I always thank God for everything that comes my way. And, he said, I nailed it. I rocked it. And I was like, yo, all for you, Mikey. You my dude. I want to see you win. That's what it's all about with me.
Love it. Now, Katrina.
Yes. Hello.
Beautiful lady. I've seen you as well. Oh, wow. You are a fabulous actress. I loved your part.
Thank you so much.
Can you fill everyone in about your character and how Katrina can relate to it?
Yes. First, I want to thank you for having me. And my character is Simone Cuffs, wife of Antonio Cuffs. And I play a doting wife who wants to keep her extremely passionate husband's head clear. so he can think rationally about all his actions. However, as doting as I might be, I'm also willing to get down and dirty in the streets with him and do whatever's necessary.
Okay. Yes, I like that. I like that. So, what was this a total surprise for you when it came down to Mikey J saying, "Okay, I need for you to play this wife role"?
I was pleasantly surprised. You know, I saw an ad that he put in one of my groups that I'm in on social media, and I applied for it. And he gave me the lines. He emailed me the lines. I read them and sent him a video. And he told me I had it. He asked me where I was. I live in Maryland. He said, "Would you be willing to come to New York?" And I said, "Absolutely."
Yes.
So it was a great experience. I was treated like family. Everybody was nice.
Love it. Love it. Now, tell us, even though this is a wife role and no matter what, she got her man's back, tell us how this in Katrina's world, as her character, relates to this character that you're acting.
Well, I used to be married for a long period of time, so I know the wife role. And as far as passion, there's a lot of fire in my family. So I am used to dealing with extremely passionate people. So it was like being with my family.
Love it, love it, love it. So now we're going to go over to the one I'm very curious about, Miss Anita.
Hello, hello. Well, thank you
Hello.
so much for having me. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too. Now, with your role that I have seen, I mean, from what I'm looking at, it's like that hard person. I see the hardness in there, that tough person. Now, fill us in about your character and how you relate to it.
Oh gosh, Captain Bess is probably one of the best roles that I've played thus far because it is completely opposite from the norm that I've played. I usually will play a wife or a mother. And when I was approached with this role and I read the script, I absolutely loved it. I had already envisioned how I would play it. So Captain Bess is a no nonsense, runs a tight ship. She is by the book, nurturing, but very strict. And that is exactly who I am in real life. I've got 2 young sons, so I have to be all of those things. I've worked with, C-level executives, so I had to be those things. So this fit in perfectly. And it allowed me to kind of be a little bit more of a badass. And when I saw the clip of it coming out on film, it was absolutely amazing to me.
Love it, love it. Because I don't know, if I was just to see you straight off, I would say from the look of you, I don't know what Mikey J has seen, and I'll let him tell that. But I would have seen somebody that was either in the military, detective, cop. I mean, that's what I would have seen. What did you see, Mikey, when you had seen Anita?
When I seen her, in full transparency, back in my street days, cops ain't look like cops. Narcs ain't look like narcs. They was jumping out of the Mr. Softy truck. They jumped out of a UPS truck, postal trucks, you name it. So, I one time one had the Coquito truck. I'll never forget it. So the Coquito cart. So when I seen Anita, all I seen was someone who had this stern authoritative, personality coming off of her. Mm-hmm. So I didn't want Captain Bess to be a male. I wanted it to be a female. And like I said, that acronym that I attached to her, to the name Bess, Black Excellence Standing Tall, Anita is a personification of that with her character and even herself.
I love it. I love it. Now, before we go to break, I'm gonna say this. I mean, I love this cast crew. Y'all did. I've seen this the official trailer. I've seen the skits, and each one of y'all have done a beautiful job. I cannot wait till this movie come out. I really can't.
Thank
I
you.
mean, y'all brought these characters to life. It was realistic, for real. And I truly am proud of y'all. Keep going up. I truly love, and we're gonna come back with our next crew. So y'all stay tuned.
And
Mike,
Spicy.
yes.
Yeah, and disclaimer to the viewers out there: the clip that Spicy has shown with myself as Detective Cuffs and Gilly as Big Benny was actually a BTS video, behind the scenes video. So you guys got to see us behind the scenes while the camera was rolling, with my phone being recorded through Elohim. So I want to say thank you to Elohim for capturing the BTS video for us.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you. And before we bring in the next crew, we got a small scene with Miss Anita in it. So y'all stay tuned.
Action.
Okay, so here we are. Indeed we are. So let's get started. First things first. My detectives are not, and I repeat, not property of the United States District Attorney's Office. 2, we're here to provide assistance, but don't demand a goddamn thing. 3, unless your department is cutting checks to us, we don't work for you. Got that? Are we clear?
Crystal.
Great. Now how can we help?
Well, we have a DEA agent that's been working very closely with us, and he gave us some valuable intel on a guy named Kranix.
I know the name.
You do?
Yes, I do. He runs toy drives during Christmas, hands out turkeys and death sentences during Thanksgiving. We've been trying to get this guy for years.
So what's been the problem? How come you and your guys haven't had any success? This guy's a certified asshole, and we have to bring him down.
What do you suggest? Because what I'm going to suggest is not part of the penal code.
Let's bring in a female operative. What we do know about Kranix is he loves women. Let's bring in one of ours. Do you have anybody in mind?
Shit, that's easy. It's only one problem.
What's that?
Her partner. I'm telling you now, he's not going to go for it.
If you're thinking of who I think you're thinking of, I'll handle her partner.
Better you than me.
Well, I'll gather up the intel, and I'll have my assistant run it right over. Her name is Miss Long.
Okay. I'll be expecting her.
Well, let's settle this case. Let's show all these politicians and this community that we can work together.
Let's do it.
Print cut.
Hey, man.
Yes, yes, yes. Love it, love it. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna bring in the next set. We have Miss Donna. And our girl, Miss Shanae. How these pretty beautiful lady going? How's it today?
Pretty good, pretty good. Can't complain.
Yes, yes. Miss Donna, Miss Donna.
Yes, I am here.
Let me just ask this question because I could be wrong.
Yes.
Are you the one that is the vocal sound that be shaking that film?
That would be me.
Woo, Lord have mercy. Yes, yes, yes. Soulful, soulful. I love it, love it. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna have Keisha ask you some questions and let her go from there.
Okay.
Keisha?
I'm off of mute. All right. Hello, Miss Donna. Hello, everybody that's on the show with us. Nice to meet everybody and see everyone here. So, Miss Donna, can you tell us just a little bit about the role that you play?
Yes, I am playing the role of USDA Chris. I am no nonsense. I like to dot my I's and cross my T's. If you bring me the facts, I can seal the case. But I had a few run-ins with Detective Cuffs, and as you can see, also with Captain Bess. So we go toe to toe a little bit because Detective Cuffs feel like I'm the reason his partner got killed, and I'm not. And he thinks that I don't know enough about the street to handle the case. And I do. I know more about the street than he knew that I knew. So I had to let him know that I know the streets. I'm from these streets and I run these streets just like you do, just at a different level. So it was an interesting part, but I definitely enjoyed it.
Well, you speaking like you in character right now.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, I'm feeling her now to see that the characters right here.
Well, how do you prepare to get in character? Is there anything that you do? Any routines that you do to, get yourself? You talk to the mirror. What do you do?
Yes, well, for this particular character, I watch shows like Law and Order and How to Get Away with Murder. So I can just see how they represent themselves, how they dress, how they walk, how they talk, to make sure that I have that down pat. I want to get it down pat, but then I want to bring myself into it. So that's usually what I do. As far as rehearsing my lines, sometimes Mikey doesn't allow me time to rehearse my lines. He just may give them to me and be like, "You're on camera in 10 minutes." Really? So you have to be ready. You have to try to memorize stuff. But for the most part, he gives you your stuff in advance. So yes, I do talk to myself in the mirror, in the shower. I record myself and I rewrite my scenes and my lines because I feel that things are best remembered when written down. So I write my lines out so I can memorize them.
Wow, that's amazing. It just seems like you can just slip in and out of character just like that. So that's probably why he give you them lines and say you on camera, because he know that you can instantly just pop in that character real quick and do what you got to do. Beautiful.
Definitely test me many times. But you know what? I appreciate that, because if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. So you never know what he's going to throw at you. So you just got to be prepared to catch whatever it is that he throws at you. And that's what I do.
Well, you do a beautiful job.
Thank you.
Yes, she does. Now, Miss Shani, interviewer Keisha's going to ask you her questions.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Hi, Miss Shani. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
I am good. Can you tell me a little bit about the role and character of Sally?
Okay. Well, Sally, I can't give too much because it's kind of a twist to her. But one thing I can say is that she's educated. Well, first of all, she's very familiar with the streets. But she's also educated. She has an MBA. She has a master's as well. She worked on Wall Street. But then, it took a turn for the worse. She got a pink slip, so she was laid off. She had to fend for herself and her daughter. So I don't know, Mikey, if I think I can talk about it.
No. Okay.
You said yes.
Yeah, I can talk. Okay. So, I go robbing stores now and, holding up the stores and maybe shooting some people and, but yeah.
Oh, so you get to be bagged.
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
That shocked me, Miss Shani. When I seen that scene when she busted through that door and she had the gun in her hand, I was like, no, that ain't what? Shani?
Well, I can't really you relate to that because I know you're not shooting people and busting up places. So
no.
we not.
Not Shani.
We don't know that.
No. But one thing I can say is I'm happy that I was able to pull off the robbery scene because the store manager was like, have you done this before? He's like, you were really good. So it made me feel like I brought that character to life.
You did.
Yeah, you scared a person. You did a great job, real great job. I don't know, when I see Shawnee, I see her as this professional person. She's very sweet, very loyal. But then when I saw that one part, that's what I had to do a double take. I'm like, what? Then Mikey had to see something we never seen before.
Right. I don't know what made he pushed me. He really pushed me to do that scene.
Yes. So Mikey, we all know from last time we interviewed Shawnee, everything you've seen in her. But in this character here that you brought out in her, what was it that made you say, okay, I need Shawnee for this part?
It was Shawnee. What happened was Shawnee was actually supposed to play Donna's role, United States District Attorney Crisp. And I wanted to push the envelope with Shawnee. I wanted to do something different. And being that she light skinned, I know she could pull it off. You know, they say, well, light skinned women. But no, I just want to push the envelope. And the same thing with Donna. I want to push the envelope with Donna because in Colorblind, the role she did, you know, back then it was I saw something in Donna a long time ago. So when I contacted her about USDA Crisp, it was a no-brainer. And when I had to match her, I had to make sure that I was right there with her because Donna is one of the most prolific actresses that I've ever met.
Mm-hmm.
Like real talk. And I'm looking forward to you know, Shawnee rolling camera this weekend with me because I get to share the screen with Shawnee. So, you know, that's going to be a little bit more intense. When we first did it, the weather was kind of messing with us. But now that I know how I want to do this with Shawnee, it's going to be real, real, real intense. And I'm looking forward to it. And Shawnee's just, from a chef's ingredients to deception, a different type of character. Sally, the Keys of Cuss, different type of character. Now she's going to be in Time Matters playing Bella Ray's sister Kelly. And what else we just did? I wanted her for Hopeless Romantic, but the schedule for her didn't permit it. But I'm going to push the envelope, and I'm going to pull out everyone's range. I'm not going to test their range. I'm going to pull their range because for me to continue to be a successful director, I have to direct them. I have to coach them. And I can't pull their greatness and their range out of them if I just give them a script and say, here, now you figure it out. You can't do that. And that's what a lot of directors and a lot of producers do. You know, they won't break down a synopsis. They won't break down a scene. They won't give a character description. You know, I want Shawnee, Donna, and everyone else to embellish and embody the character, you know, and I get the actors ready to a point where no one is carrying the scene. I've seen films where one particular actor is carrying the scene. Like, what do you need the other character for, you know? So all the actors are actually matching each other's fly, as they say.
Yes, yes. Love it. Now, Miss Donna, is there a time to where, and I know he should probably answer this himself because I know how I am. Is there a time, because I did not know that you was the same voice in Colorblind until he just said that. And he know how I feel about your voice. So is there times to where, Mikey, do you just pop out and say, you know what, Donna, can you sing something for me?
Well, Donna is not singing in Colorblind. In the original Colorblind trailer, Donna and Shawnee have already worked together.
Okay, great.
Yeah, so Donna and Shawnee are in the original Colorblind trailer itself. From what I know, though, Donna be lollygagging. I know Donna got a voice, but she ain't gonna let me hear it. Maybe if you put me on the rock, she may want to sing, but she ain't gonna want me to hear me.
Well, see, Mikey knows how I think, and he knows how I do, and I love putting people on the spot.
I don't sing.
Donna raps.
Donna
Donna raps, and she can rap.
Rapidly.
That was
and she
100
can
years
actually
ago.
spit.
Oh, you should. Hey, it's still there.
100 years ago, but he forced me to just say something. I don't even know what I said.
Nah,
Okay,
Donna
we're
can
not gonna
actually
put you on the
rap.
spot.
Nah,
I had to put- yeah, I had to
can
put
rap.
out a mic too.
Donna can really rap.
Yeah, I think she got that attitude. I can see it. And I'm
You
not.
know what, Spicy? When I enter into your poetry contest, then
Okay, come on, bring it. Bring it. Yes.
Yeah, I just might have to do it. You know, keep it spicy.
Yes. I can't wait. I can't wait. And I really thought it was gonna be Shani that was gonna hit me up about that. I did not. She looking like, oh, you did. Oh God, I can't wait. I cannot wait. But I mean, y'all are just a sunshine. And Shani already know how I feel about her. Mr. Britton knows how I feel about him. You know, the others are coming on. I love the way y'all act. Y'all do a beautiful job. I mean, he's showing exactly what he sees right through you. And what I see, y'all are stars to me. Y'all are stars. I love it. I love it. And I cannot wait till everything just come out on screen. I really can't. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead to a break, and we're gonna look at this last scene here. I can't. I don't think. See, who was in this one? I can't remember who was in it. Okay, this is a part with Mikey J. So everyone, stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Detective Fly Ass Cuffs. It must be a cold day in hell, cause your ass is outside breaking cover. What's good? Now you know why I'm here. You know why I'm fucking here. Now I doubt you had anything to do with it. Because your fat ass ain't built like that. So who did it? Who did what? I don't know what you talking about, man. I haven't even been around here. I'm not playing with your fat ass. Who the fuck killed my boy? Yo, I don't even know what you talking about. Like, word, I haven't even been around here, man. Fucking parole violated me weeks ago for pissing in public. I'm sure you know all about that, though. The word on the street is, Blaze did that. Word. That bitch is psycho, man. Just tried to poke me up. It's a compliment. That bitch gotta go. You gonna have to lay that crazy bitch down. Word to mother. Get the fuck off this block. Only time I wanna see your fat ass is when you go into the fucking gym. Now get the fuck out of here, Buddha. Now get the fuck out of here.
Can I get a sandwich, though? I'm saying, man. Fuck.
Heels. Cuffs. 20 minutes.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, let's see. Did Gilly come back? No, he didn't. I wanted to ask him a question, but no, he didn't. Okay, with Mr. I already know Mr. Britton how he is, but see, Shawnee,
Yes, ma'am.
working with him on different levels. Talking about Mikey J, working with him on different levels. What is it like? Because I mean, each time because you're in a different character every time. Because we have seen the sweet side, we've seen the loving side, we've seen the stern side. Now we see the rough side.
Wait, as far you can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
How is it
How's
working
it
with
working
him?
with Mikey?
Yes.
Okay. Mikey, because we're like family. I'm like the older sister. I want to strangle him sometimes. I really want to strangle him sometimes. He's very hard-headed.
That's that sister vibe.
Yes. Yeah. But I mean, deep down, I mean, oh, you missed it. I said I wanted to strangle him.
What?
Second that.
What?
No, but
Well,
we have fun on the set. We really do. We have fun on the set sometimes, and then there are times when just like no nonsense, like let's get it done. That's it, and you know that's it. I mean, I understand both sides.
Right.
What I miss? What I miss?
Nothing. Oh, nothing.
Oh, nothing.
You know, he gonna go back and watch the show. Okay, now, Anita.
Yes.
What is it like for you to work with Mr. Mikey J?
Oh, well, believe it or not, I actually only met him in person the day that we filmed. I've only known him about 2 weeks now, a little over 2 weeks. And he's intense. He's very intense, but he's about his business. So I appreciate that because so am I. So I think we match each other really well and we understand each other really well in that regards. I know just by looking at him when I need to just kind of like step back, and he is a great director. So I just kind of like look at him and like nod and then take the direction. But he's super intense, but I appreciate that because he pulls out what he wants in you, and that's the best. And you know, that's the perfectionist, and I really, really like that part. But it was funny because there was the scene with Donna and I, and he's literally like changing lines in real time. So we had like minutes before we rolled to get that part. So, but we rocked it and we killed it. So once he yelled print cut, we were like, yes, high five it, like we got it, you know. So there was a definite level of intensity, but it's the adrenaline that I love, and I fed off of it. So it was fantastic.
Yes. Now, Mr. Britton, there was a scene that I had. Well, I don't think it was a scene. I think it was a part that I was recording. But Mikey J was sitting in a chair, and Anita was standing up, and you was drilling them on, "Are you ready?" Now. Because you know I love you. So I'm going to reverse this back to you. Now, every time it's time for you on the set,
okay,
does it take a lot to get ready, to get into role, and are you always ready?
I didn't hear it.
When it comes down to you getting into character, are you always ready?
Well, you know, that's one of the things that's that's one of the things that I think that me myself, I try to stay ready as well. You know, I echo Shani's statement. Honest, I try to stay. In fact, we had this thing that we do. Even Anita and I And Donna and I started doing it back with Hopeless Romantic. You know, we would always recite lines. We would take the lines and we'd just recite, be in character, stay in character. You know, that's two take Mikey now. So you got to kind of like stay in character. And so for me, I try to come on the set when I wake up that morning and I know I got to be on set in character. You know, so it doesn't really take a lot.
Yes, hear you. Love it. Now, Katrina, I know I could be getting it wrong, but from what I'm seeing, you just to me, in a way, you seem kind of shy. I know those ones, they say the quiet ones are the ones you got to watch.
Yep. Especially if they light skin.
So when you step into character and dealing with Mikey, is it a lot to prepare? Do you have a certain thing that you do before you actually get on film?
No, I can get right into character because I study my character before filming. And working with Mikey was excellent for me because he is a brutally honest and direct person, no nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the kind of person that I trust because I trust that he knows what he's doing. And he showed nothing but professionalism. He knows exactly what he's doing. He knows exactly where he wants everyone and everything. And he's just on point.
Yes. Now, you mentioned that you used to be married.
Yes.
So, acting this role, does it give you the bells to where you want to be married again?
I'm sorry, what? Yeah,
huh?
I mean, eventually, yes, I do.
She said, wait a minute.
She laughing, but she said, I'm sorry, what?
I do. Everybody wants someone to love and to grow old with,
Yes. Now, this character that you're acting with, that is your husband.
Yes.
Is he something like what you have wanted probably later on in a husband?
Yes, I do need passion.
Right.
So definitely. But, at the same time, when a person is that passionate, they tend to wear their heart on their sleeve. And only a person that loves them will know that.
Wow. Love it. Now, I know I wanted Gilly here because this is a question for him, but I'm going to ask Mikey because maybe he can kind of answer it, or maybe Gilly has told him this before. Is it hard for him? Because I see the scenes where he's eye to eye with you. And some people, it's hard to just look straight in the eye. But in your role, it's like, it's seriousness. It feels like a threat. And I don't know, Mikey scares me at times.
Gilly be ready, set, go. I get what you're saying, because when I had to do scenes with Bella Ray or even Donna, it was kind of hard to look them in the eyes because you care about them, and depending on the scene. So if you gotta do a romantic scene or a yelling scene, like me and Donna's scene was intense. I said things to Donna that I'm like, yo, I know she'll whoop my
That's
ass.
my next question was to Donna, because I know it seemed like a heated between y'all two. So let's go over to Donna. Now, I know with you, from what I'm seeing, you do have that hardness to you. And, I'm a Scorpio. I have my little fern side as well. But dealing with Mikey, what was that like in scene?
In scene or in general?
Wrong person.
That's the guy wrong. Talking to me or Anita?
Anita.
Oh, because you said Donna, so
I'm sorry.
Okay, sorry about that. So I'm sorry. Repeat the question, because I was thinking you were speaking to Donna.
Yes, because was it you or Donna that went head to head with Mikey?
That was Donna.
Me.
Okay, look, we're taking the question towards Donna. Donna, what was it like? Because I mean, both you and Anita, you could tell that hardness in y'all, and you have that face the way it looked like it's hard to get you to laugh. You know, so going one-on-one with Mikey, what was that like?
It was I was ready for it because I've been wanting to give him a piece of my mind. And that was my opportunity to give him what he's been giving me.
Okay.
See, where Shawnee said she wants to strangle him, I have actually strangled him. Because when we're on set, he be bellowing out orders, do this and do that. And I have to say, I'm not steak. You don't just order me. You have to let him know sometimes.
I'm gonna have to use that one.
That camera's in his hand. He's like a monster.
I'm
like, is Mikey in there? Did you eat? Maybe you're hungry. You need to eat because you have to feed the beast. He is something else. But I love that part. That part was so intense. I mean, people were stopping to look like, why he talking to that lady like that? And they were like, oh, she talking back to him like that. So I was loving that.
Oh,
that
wow.
was an awesome part right there.
So you had the opportunity that none of them had yet.
I think I think we should run this scene for him, Donna.
Oh, that'll be interesting.
Do it.
Let's do it.
Stay ready, Mikey.
Oh, you think I remember it?
What we're gonna remove everybody, and we're gonna put you on scene with just you and Donna.
Let's go.
You probably got the scene up already. That's not right.
No, I don't.
Jesus. You think I remember that scene?
Let's go.
I can fake it till I make it.
Remember Bring it, Detective Cuffs.
Cuffs, Detective Cuffs.
Chris, what do you want?
Listen, I'm not here for your disrespect. I just came to offer you my deepest condolences. I'm sorry about your partner.
Your condolences? You sorry about my partner? You're sorry about my partner. His name wasn't partner, Chris. His name was Kimball Jennings. Look, I could give a flying fuck and a vagina about you or your motherfucking apologies. You got my partner killed, man. You and the other pencil skirt wearing pit bull of yours. So fuck you and the horse's dick you rode in on.
Let me tell you something, detective. I came from the hood. I was actually born not too far from here. And I always kept my ear to what the fuck was going on around here. I know your backstory before and after you became a cop. I'm sorry about your daughter. I know that shit probably hurts then, and it still does. I understand. I lost my daughter too, to cancer. I've lost family and friends to the guns and the violence out here in these streets. So no, brother, I am not a white-collared, skirt-wearing, pencil-pushing motherfucker. I'm the United States District Attorney with a serious axe to grind against any law fear-mongering coward out there. So again, I apologize. And I am not your enemy. I am your ally.
Wow.
I know we chopped it up.
Yes, we did. That's okay.
I remember that. Oh my God. I love it. I still up here getting chills and the fan is not even on.
But that's nothing compared to what happened to Britain.
Did she eat Britain up too?
Nah. The whole
Oh my God!
Oh my God! They came out with their phones.
Wait a minute, hold on. Wait, Mike, before you even tell them that,
I gotta say this, Donna, Shawnee, I am so tired of him mad because he took that from me. You know what I'm saying? Now you can tell him what.
So Shawnee was there for this.
So okay,
day.
you're not gonna tell him. I tell him.
Shawnee was there for this day, and me and Britton had already finished rolling our scene. So when we first rolled the scene, I told him I'm going to really hit him. So be ready. And he think he all, thinking he Black Shaft and shit like, I got this. Like, all right. So I said, all right. So we rolled the scene, and all you heard was, and he dropped to the floor, and I picked him up, and I kept hitting him again, like a punching bag, like boom, boom, and I caught him twice in the jaw, and you heard it. So all this is going on while camera rolling. People start coming down the block with cell phones, thinking there's a real cop beating a black man up and all that. So they recording it. Stop doing that. Whatever. I let Britton take it from there, but it was a dope scene, and I had fun beating his ass.
Yeah, you took it out on me. So, I normally get the blunt end of his anger when he's in his mode, and Donna's right. It's like from the time he opens that trunk and pulls the cameras out, it's on. He's not your friend anymore. He's not your cousin. He's not your brother. It's Mikey J in rare form. So he kind of like took all that out on me. But yeah, he was beating my ass. And I'm a big guy. I can take a lot. So here I am. I put my hands in my pocket because he hit me in the rib. I'm like, this motherfucker really hit me. And I'm looking at him, and I'm trying to stay professional. And I'm like, excuse my French, but I want to fuck him up. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at him like, okay, one more time. And he did it one more time. So what was crazy about it, and Shawnee was there, every punch he threw at me, he was spelling Blaze's name because he's looking for Blaze. And so he said, well, let me spell it out for you. And he hit me with the B. So he Mikey J put 2 L's in Blaze. I said, I'm trying to get an extra hit in. Yeah, he got him extra one. But it's so funny because there was a guy that came down, this little older guy, he came down and he had his camera out. And when he finally realized that, he came and stood in front of me and he said, "Ow!" Because that's how loud I was screaming. And it was just so funny. But I like the neighborhood, and that's indicative of what happens every day in our communities. You know what I'm saying? We done got to the place where we see something, we have to pull these phones out.
Yes.
Hey, Spicy.
Yes.
So let me tell you about my character real quick because I don't want you to think my character.
I was going to have Keisha handle you on that one. So Keisha, I'm going to hand you over to Michael Stephen Paul.
All right. Again, hello for you that were not on the earlier. Mikey J, you are something else. You are just awesome is the best way that I can explain it. You are a man of your word. You look out for other people when you were saying earlier about the dreams of other people. So you have a lot in you that anybody can use as an example. So go ahead and tell us about Detective Cuffs, because I've seen some of them and he tough.
He an asshole. He's a straight asshole.
Yeah, that too.
So does that mean that was just easy for you to work on that part?
That part.
You know what?
I love you.
I was trying to be nice.
Anyway, so You know what? Shawnee, Donna, and Brittany, and Anita, y'all gonna get it. Katrina gave me love, yo. Y'all
She looks
gonna
like a sweetheart. I keep looking
Love
at
you.
I keep looking over there because she's so beautiful.
That's what
She's
you saw.
so beautiful. And I mean, she looks like a sweetheart. She really does. I'm
thank
just
you on screen, wifey.
You saw it in that film.
All right, so Detective Cuffs.
And Spice, let me say, that's what you saw in that clip between me and Mikey.
What, that fight?
Hey, yo, Spicy, let me tell you.
No, I was talking about the clip where I was imitating Mikey. See, that's
Oh, that's the part.
That's kind of what you got to do with Mikey. Yeah.
Anyway,
that was me imitating Mikey.
Anyway,
he
just mad because when I did the scene that I wanted for my phone, we had already finished rolling camera, right? So I told him, listen, I want to redo the scene for my phone. He a sucker. He thought he was slick. He put his hands in his pocket, right? He knew I was gonna hit him again. So what I did was, he had his hands in his pocket. I hit his ass up here. Boom. Caught him again. But so my character name is Detective Antonio Cuffs.
It's a good thing I love you, son.
Yeah. So my character, his name is Detective Antonio Cuffs. From the heart of the South Bronx. He had a daughter named Antonia Cuffs. Antonia was caught in a crossfire, and she was killed. So 10 years later, Detective Cuffs is now a first-grade narcotics detective, but he's no longer allowed to go undercover. And so now he's basically, running around with Captain Best while Detective Keys is undercover. And he's running around with Detective Hughes and who else? Detective Mason, played by Tristan Irby from the group High Five. So my character never dealt with his PTSD. His daughter died in his arms. So he blames the world of criminals. Anybody, you could be a jaywalker, he's gonna choke you out. Like anybody breaking any rule, he just never dealt with his PTSD. And that's very important because when you're dealing with a tragedy like that, and it's a tragedy because the bullet wasn't meant for his daughter. And when you're dealing with a tragedy like that and you don't deal with it, you're gonna go on through life angry, hurt, and broken. And if you're broken, you're going to do your best to break others. So I already started writing part 2, and I sent it to Shawnee, I sent it to Britton, I sent it to Captain Best, Anita, and a few other people. The opening scene and the second scene after the opening scene. And I can give you a little bit of that. So in part 2, Keys and Cuffs 2, Blaze of Glory, I'm in the psychologist's office, NYPD psychologist's office, and I'm just giving him the business. Captain Best hears about it, and Captain Best hears about it, and he gives me the business with an ultimatum without going too deep, because I really want to be, I don't want to leak that out. But my character just never dealt with his PTSD, and in life, we as a people, especially Black Americans, we have to deal with PTSD, because PTSD can break us, destroy us, and cripple us spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm touching on in part 2, when people are going to find out why Cuffs is the way he is. Mm. But in this film here, they're going to assume he's a full-fledged asshole, and he's not.
They right.
It's more or less that he has a
Now,
lot
when
of
you're
hurt.
yes. Now, when you're writing, when you're sitting down to write your scenes, what state of mind do you have to be in? Do you have to be alone? Do you go on walks? Like, how do you prepare? Because you write some pretty intense stuff that touches on lives of a lot of people.
I zone out. I've been in restaurants where people think I'm talking to myself. I can pull over to the side of the road and just take what I'm thinking and just write it down, and people may think I'm talking to myself. I done written in the most weirdest places. I have my phone in the shower. I'm in the shower. I'm writing up a scene, or I'm in the bathroom doing what I do. You know what I mean? And I be writing up scenes, but it can. I just zone out. I would just block everybody out. It could be 1,000 people in the room. My focus, my tunnel vision is serious. So when I'm locked in, I'm locked, and I just love writing. And you got to become a schizophrenic. But it's very important that a lot of people out there that's writers should know this. You're gonna be having a lot of characters in your head. You have to break character. If you don't break character, that can lead down the road to psychological problems. That can lead to psychological problems. Henceforth, Christopher Reeves, the first Superman, he killed himself because he never broke character. He jumped out of a window. And I can name other actors who never broke character. So it's very important that when I'm writing, I have to break character. I got to take like an hour to myself, and then I go back into writing. But if I'm locked in, I'm boom, 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 and then I'm done, and then I just move on from there.
And I can honestly say, I understand about breaking that character because, like even when I'm writing, there are certain characters I got to step into in order to enter that world and getting the point across and getting the feeling and emotions across of my piece I'm writing. But there's times where you do hear like voices when you're doing this and you like just tapping in. Like a lot of people on social media was making fun of Beyonce, and I mentioned this before, where they seen her at a game and she was moving her mouth, and you don't understand when you're an artist, there's a lot that goes on. There's a character that has to be broken, and if you don't break it, you'll be stuck there, not even realizing it.
Yeah,
that is something true.
Yeah,
Keisha.
I did want to ask one more question. Now, when you're writing, is some of this stuff from just life experience, things that you've experienced, things that you've seen, or just your imagination going to work?
Keys and Cuss, for instance, I'm not gonna sit there and fabricate anything. Before the music, before the films, I come from a certain path, and I used to have these kind of police from the 42nd precinct. Certain detectives who were like that. They didn't care. They jump out, pull their guns out. They didn't care. But 99.9% of what I write is based off of what society has went through and continuously endures this day, and as well as, I would say, a bit of fiction, because I just love the right to relate to the world. The audience is the world. The world is the audience, and I just want them to relate. My next project that I already sent the Writers Guild for the title registration is called Heathen. And Heathen is about the church. And if they try to cancel me, God won't cancel them. Trust me, because what I'm talking about in Heathen, if no one agrees with me, then they're guilty of being a heathen. You can't go to church and worry about what Keisha is wearing from the club. So what? She came straight from the club. She came to praise God. You can't worry about what Shawnee is wearing because she just came from work. Why she came to church in her work clothes. If Donna worked for McDonald's, she came in McDonald's uniform. That's none of your business. So there's a lot of things that goes on in the church that I'm writing about in Heathen, and it's going to touch a lot of nerves. It's going to touch a lot of nerves. Shaggy made a record called Church Heathen, right? So when Shaggy made that record, he touched a lot of nerves. He touched a lot of nerves. He was talking about Sister Jacqueline, talking about, Sister Claudine and so forth. So it's deep. And Heathen is going to be deeper than Colorblind. You think Colorblind is going to be touching nerves. Heathen is going to be another film that's going to touch nerves. Because whether I'm a rapper, a singer, doing secular music, thou shalt not judge but God himself. So when people are judging me, oh, Mikey J, your films have too much vulgarity. God has, I've been shot 4 times. I went through 2 car windshields. I suffer from diabetes and angina. I almost died in front of Shawnee last year. I almost died at birth. I was supposed to not be here at birth. So do you think God cares if I say kiss my ass or go to hell to somebody? That man continues to bless me for some reason. God doesn't care. See, Heathen's going to be deep, everybody. He's going to be deep because the Bible, and I'm going to get off the subject from there, but the Bible was written by a man. Religion was made up by man. Christianity, Pentecostal, Judaism, those are all man-made religions. God never spoke religion. God spoke faith and spirituality. Jesus Christ preached faith. He never preached religion. So Heathen is going to be that film that sheds a lot of stuff. I'm going to talk about how William Shakespeare's name is in the Bible. Psalms 46 up, 46 down. Shakespeare. I'm going to be pulling things up that is just Heathen's going to be that film. It's going to be that film. It's going to be that film. And I'm purposely going for my Oscar. I'm going for an Oscar for that film.
Yep, claim it, and it's yours.
Right.
And, people got to think there's a reason why he stated when he returned, he's going to the people in the church first.
And you see these people here? You see all these people here and the people that were before them that came on. I am my brother's keeper. I am intense. I am abrasive. I am aggressive. But I have to be, because if I don't, then I'm doing a poor pitch job as a leader for my people right here. For me to get these films where they need to be at, I have to get them ready, coach them, direct them, take them to a whole other level so people can look at them like, oh my God, that lady Shawnee Williams. Oh, I got to get in touch with Mikey J or whoever. Hey, Donna, boom, Britton. I want my people to be looked at like, yo, I don't just need them, I want them. You know?
Right.
So
beautiful.
I'm always gonna go hard for my people. And I'll be honest with y'all. Shawnee, everybody knows this, except for Katrina probably and Anita, but I went hard for a lot of cats.
Yes.
Who didn't go hard for me. And I was gonna walk away a few weeks ago. Britton knows this because I called Britton and told him. I was gonna finish these films that we gotta do, and I was done. I was out of here. I was done. But then Britton said some things to me. I believe Donna said some things. Even Shawnee said some things to me before. And sometimes I question, like, damn, are my films good or not? Like, sometimes you but then when you hear the praise coming from the cast, seasoned people like Katrina and Anita, everybody else, and then that little girl, Aaliyah, when that little girl said what she said, I was like, nah, you know what? And that's when I decided to come up with the concept for Heathen. So I love you guys. That's the God honest truth.
Love you too.
And I'm gonna go hard until the wheels fall off. I'm gonna
Yeah.
keep myself as healthy as I can keep myself. And then we're gonna enjoy the fruits of our labor, bask in our sun. And whether I make one dime for myself, I know none of y'all doing this for the bread, but it is what it is, man. We're gonna do what
Yeah,
we
but
do.
I'm gonna say at the same time, Mikey, you have to look at things. There's a lot of people that got eyes on you that they're looking for your downfall. Don't feed,
Yeah.
do not feed those people. Don't give up ever. You keep going. Because
Exactly.
I don't
And
know how many times I face people try to destroy me, try to slander my name, or try to, encourage me to give up. You don't never give up. You don't give them what they want. You're feeding them.
exactly. Exactly.
You
And
continue to grow.
I'll speak volumes to that because that's the flip side of the coin. I know Shawnee said it a while back, and Shawnee know what I'm talking about. When I'm paraphrasing, she basically said, "F them. You're great. Do what you do." She said, "People are gonna talk. People are gonna do this. People are gonna do that. Do what you do." Fat Joe told me that so many times. So sometimes you just gotta get the repetitive thing going in your brain. But we good. I'm here.
Yeah, and before we leave, I do want to question you because I did see something, and I wasn't a big fan of his music, but I mean, he's a good actor to me. But I've seen something with you and Ice-T.
Oh yeah, that's my brother.
Yeah, was you interviewing him? What was that about?
Nah. So he wanted me to come through. So I went through with my label rep at the time, Mark Gavan. But before that, man, me and Ice, it was me, Ice-T, Mike Epps, Melly Mel. They all wanted me to go hang out with at Foxwood. Foxwood's in Connecticut, the resort. And I wasn't gonna go. Ice was like, man, get your ass up and meet me at my house and get your ass over here. So I like fuck it. So I went over and we all had fun that night. And then about a year later, he wanted me to come through and check out some new music that he was doing for Body Count. And you know me, if I'm sitting around, I get sleepy real fast. So I pulled out my phone and I was like, yo, I'm just recording. So I love Ice, man. It's my boy. That's my brother. Mike Epps is crazy. Yo, Mike Epps is a nut. I really can't speak on it, but I love Mike, man.
Yeah, he looked like a homie.
Hey, yo, Mike Epps did some things in Foxwoods. I'm like, yo, you bugging. He was like, man, I got this shit. Fuck these bitches, man. I'm like, yo, you bugging, yo. Mike Epps is crazy.
If I may interject, we're missing one person, Benton.
Yeah, we're venting that.
He's waiting.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, he's been waiting.
He haven't clicked in.
All right, let me reach out.
He has to log in. Ice is a real genuine guy, though, man. He's a genuine guy.
Yes. So while we're waiting on Vinton, what we're going to do, I want Mr. Carter, Anita, and Shani to stay on.
Okay.
And thank you so much, Katrina and Donna. It's been a pleasure.
My
I look
pleasure.
forward to you in the future.
Yes.
And y'all have a blessed one.
You do the
too,
same.
Doc.
Thank you, Mikey. Bye.
Later.
Okay, Benton is logging in.
Okay. So, Mikey, do we have any more music coming up? Or what's in the plan for 2022?
Yeah, so I just released 2 new singles, Phenomenon and Blowing Through. I got another single that it's a birthday song for the ladies. And it's more of a empowerment birthday song. Like Wear Your Crown, stuff like that. It's called Happy Birthday. And then that's really about it right now. I got some street singles that I'm working on, but I'm really focused on doing these 2 music videos, one for Blowing Through, one for Phenomenon, and going on this media, continuing the media tour, and then going on the Hope is Romantic release, theatrical release, red carpet tour, and as well as Keys and Cuffs.
Okay, cool. And also all the way from YouTube, Teresa Robinson. This is actually for Mikey J. She says, "You are good. Never stop. Never give up. You better not."
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Okay, Mr. How we doing?
Hey, how are you?
Great. And Mr. Wiggins, I know we missed out on you with the other ones, but can you tell us a little bit about your character?
Okay. Detective Hughes. He's one of the part of the elite force at the police department. He runs it, and the crazy thing is that Cuffs taught me everything that I know, and he's he's detective, and I'm on the other undercover side. How I relate to the character is the character has discipline. The character has Detective Hughes has empathy, and to me, I think he's trying to communicate with Cuffs as far as trying to be that, on one shoulder you got the devil and on the other shoulder you got the angel. And I think I'm more the angel. He's more the devil. So, he do some wrong things and I'm calling him on it. So, and, we get in arguments, but at the same time, I got his back and he got mine. So that's the gist of our relationship.
Okay. So going toe to toe with Cuz, I mean, it seemed like it's very difficult to work with him in character, So is there a time to where, your character is like, look, I'm done with this dude. I just need to lay him out?
No. Probably because of my background. I have a military background.
Okay.
And one thing about Cuffs is, I think he suffered from PTSD. He lost his daughter, and also he had a partner that was killed as well. So he's like a renegade. So it's like a loose cannon, but at the same time he wants justice, and he gonna get justice by all means. So I deal with Cuff because it's a part of that in me as well, but I'm trying to go about it the right way.
So as the character that works beside him, you're more understanding to where, okay, I know this guy's dealing with a lot.
Right. I do understand him, but a lot of we had this scene in the office where I'm telling him about why do you he pulled a gun out on Ivan Petrov, the Russian boss. And here I am trying to tell him, hey, it's a better way. We never talked about it until we got back to the office. So, we had this heated discussion. And, I walked away and said, you need to get some fucking help.
Yeah. So in this character, do you actually see yourself? Because from what I'm looking at, looking at a person that seems like he's very rational.
Right.
And a person that's more not so much laid back, but more calm.
I'm not calm. I'm not calm. I'm sort of headstrong, like Mikey J behind the camera.
Okay.
But I don't know the ins and outs that he does. So I by me being in the military, I can take orders and listen and try to give him what he wants. But as far as being calm, I'm sort of headstrong as myself. I'm not that calm. I see something, I like to do it, get it done.
So, as in with your character and all, do you see using the military? Because I'm a military brat.
Right.
And Did you take anything besides knowing that you know how to take orders in the military? Did you pull from anything else in order to create this, to bring this character to life?
The restraint. The military, you have to have some restraint. So in the scenes that I've done, you still have to be calm, cool, and collective. Only one cuffs on the camera screen. But you have to be calm, cool, and collective. You have to be able to think on your feet because, again, there's an elite team that I'm part of. So, you can't be running out like Cuffs, like a renegade, which I can't do. So what I take from the military, bringing it to the screen is discipline, holding restraint, and taking orders.
Now, before I ask Mikey this question, what is it like working with Mikey as a director?
Oh, Mikey is intense, but I love it though. I love it. I really do. I know that sounds kind of weird, but I love his intenseness because if you're intent, or maybe need to use another word,
passionate.
The passion that he has for the craft, you have to exude the same thing. You cannot do this if you don't have the passion for it, because there are some late nights, early days and late nights. And, you got to match his energy. And Mikey J can go. And a lot of times he want his actors to try to, I think as a leader, I think he sort of like want us to be intense, but still be yourself, but also love what you do.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love the way you put that. Mm-hmm. So Mikey J, with Vinton, what drew you to him to place him in this character's shoe? You're muted.
Vinton is actually one of the co-stars in Hope is Romantic.
Mm.
And, in full transparency, I think I would rather have Donna tell you this story. I would rather have Britton tell you this story in retrospect to brother Vinton. But I wasn't allowing one person to take away another person's blessing.
Mm.
So what I did was, when you don't know what's going on your set, I wasn't privy to what was going on because I was rolling the camera, I was doing a million things. And when it got back to me, I had to, I'm like, wait a minute, hold up, what? No. So I made my decision, I made my choice. It was a very easy decision for me to make. And I made a promise to Vinton that I will get you ready. I will put you in the right light, give you the right exposure. I will not promise you the world, but I promise to put you in that light and give you the exposure that you deserve and need. And he trusted and believed in me enough to stay on set that day. But that day was nothing compared to the next day when he drove to the set and sat in his car for I think 2 or 3 hours contemplating whether he should go home because of what transpired the previous day because of a particular individual. And when he made his decision, it was easy for me to put him with the right person. And when you see him in Hope is Romantic, you would definitely be able to comprehend as to why I put him in Keys and Cuffs. But even besides Hope is Romantic, I made a promise to him that I'm gonna get him where he wants to be at and needs to be. So Keys and Cuffs, when I was thinking, and I forgot about his military background. It was a particular character, Detective Hughes. I was looking for a particular look, and I said, "Yo, you know what? I think Vinton can do that." And when I called Vinton, and he reminded me that about his military background, it was a no-brainer. So to put him in that role and to keep him in that role, and now give him a bigger role in Keys and Cuffs 2, Blaze of Glory. Now he's co-starring in that.
Congratulations.
So, you know.
Thank you, Mike J.
Yeah.
So can I piggyback? Can I piggyback on what he said?
Yes.
So the only reason I didn't just drive off that day he's talking about on Hopeless Romantic, because I gave him my word. And when I said I'm gonna do something, he'll tell you I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
So I wanted to tell him. It is funny because God is good, you know. So I wanted to tell him that, hey, I'm going home, you know, just tell him how I felt. And, you know, because when you're acting, you can't have no one get in your space.
Right.
And you can't have no one, because it's hard enough staying in character. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So he called me, and he must have heard. I didn't know he heard about it. He's like, hey, come where I'm at. And I was there for about an hour before, you know, the shoot. You know, I'm always early. So went over there and we had this discussion. Before I can tell him I ready to go home, he already had things set up. So it's a blessing because this is something I want to do. And also, you know, at the same time, you know, it ain't a black film, but it's an independent film where, you know, it's very rare you find a director, producer, writer in his statue, you know, going at it like he is. And I want to be a part of his team. So, you know, I'm just very thankful that Mikey J saw something in me at the time that I didn't even see in myself. So very appreciative.
Yes. And Keisha, do you have any questions for Mr. Vinton?
Well, just listen at what you said. So your role basically is just to keep him out of trouble almost. You like his kind of like his face, because otherwise he gonna go a whole bunch of.
No, I'm part of the team as well. You know, we go out and we do some investigation, but at the same time, you know, whenever there's something bad, there got to be something good riding with it. So yeah, I think that probably, in a nutshell, yeah, I think that's what it is. Yeah.
Well, you spoke some nice words to him. You know, just said what you said. And you're right. God is good, and I'm just in awe of the whole cast and the talent as have what you're doing. I just pray the best for you and much bless.
Thank you so much.
Can I say one thing about Mr. Benton?
Yeah, because I was going to ask him, was he taking
Take it easy, Brett.
Yeah. He gonna catch the whales.
Day that Vinton sat in the lot waiting on Mikey, I actually arrived there just as he was contemplating standing out. And one of the things that impressed me about him was his honesty, you know, and he expressed that day that he really wanted to learn this business and know this business, you know, and so from that point on, you know, he was kind of diligent. But I don't want y'all to get him confused. Other got a dark side. He got an eye on this side now. You know that. You know, on the set, there's a scene where he and Keys is like they're talking about me. You know, and I just happened to be privy to the scene that day. I'm on set and I'm watching the scene unfold, and I was horrified. You know, it's like I expected Keys to have a potty mouth. He was in cahoots. He got a dark side. I'm telling you.
Welcome to the
so,
don't ruin it for me.
Yeah, you got a dark side. You know, he's
Thanks
a consummate, you know, student. And I appreciate him, man. He asks questions, and he's a great guy, man. He's a great guy. A lot of success to you.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
This is beautiful. I don't know how Mikey does it. I mean, but he always seems to pull together a great cast, a loving cast, you know, especially on Hopeless Romantic. I mean, that'll be one I'll never forget. I went back and watched that like 3 or 4 times. I'm not gonna even lie, because I put it right on my TV. But I really love this one here as well. And I mean, it was so good seeing reoccurring faces, Mr. Britton, Shani, and Donna. And I mean, it's just beautiful. It's beautiful. And I mean, I wish y'all the best of luck. And I hope to see y'all soon again. I will be following you. I will be waiting on the film to come out because I'm always watching. I'm always watching. So I'm gonna leave Mikey on for a minute, and y'all have a very beautiful night. God bless each
Thank
one.
you.
You too. Thank you so much for
Good
having
night.
us.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Okay, Mikey. Now, if you would let everybody know how they can find you and follow the Keys and Cuffs as it progresses to be on the widescreen.
Well, you could definitely catch Keys and Cuffs May 2022. You can follow the Keys and Cuffs page for an exact release date at Keys and Cuffs the movie on Instagram and Keys and Cuffs the movie on Facebook. You can follow me on Facebook at MikeyJaysig, Mikey J's IG. You can follow me on Twitter at Team Mikey J. And you can follow me on Facebook at Mikey J, Michael Stephen Paul, or my other page, Michael Stephen Paul, Mikey J. IMDb is Mikey J as well, Michael Stephen Paul, either one. And Keys and Cuffs is definitely coming to a city near you. Red carpet theatrical premieres. Looking forward to meeting the audience, greeting the audience, getting their testimonials about the film on video, and just making them a part of the whole process. You know, you can write a script all day, but without them actors running that dialogue to bring that film to its greatness, and without that audience and their testimonials, you know, it'd just be another regular old film. So I'm looking forward to making everybody part of the process in May, and just follow me. You know, my YouTube channel is Mikey J TV, Mikey J TV, MikeyJay TV. Oh, and Spicy,
Yeah.
if anybody want to embark on a journey with me for my next few films, you can email AIGNE filmcasting at yahoo.com, AIGNE filmcasting at yahoo.com. Send us 3 to 5 photos, no selfies. Selfies will be rejected. 3 to 5 photos. They don't have to be professional. 2 monologues, 2 60-second monologues, one of something comedic and one of something dramatic. And if you sing, send us something 30 seconds of you singing as well. If you have a monologue, a reel, attach your reel as well, and a direct phone number. If you cannot follow those directions, please do not expect us to email you back. When you email AIGNE filmcasting at yahoo.com, please put attention, Mr. Britton Carter, AP for associate producer, /TD for talent director. And thank you.
Now, as you know, when we go towards the end of the show, we do ask somebody to do the nutrition of the day. Before I ask of this, Keisha, do you have anything else that you wanted to say to Mikey J?
I just think you are doing a phenomenal job. I am just in awe of you. You're doing your thing. Never give up. You're going to have a lot of haters coming. Let them come. But you keep doing what you're doing. God put that in you, and he put it in you for a reason to get the message out. So keep doing what you're doing. I love it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Now, the reason why, you know, because I listen to Mikey a lot, and Mikey inspires me a lot. I know me and Carbella have talked about him many of times because he's very, very intelligent. And I love the way he speaks, especially when it comes down to realistic form. So based on Keys and Cuffs, what I'm going to ask you as a nutrition, because as we spoke of and you pointed out that Detective Cuffs, he suffered from PTSD. And, you know, we do speak about mental illness. So based on Keys and Cuffs and mental illness, from what you acted in with Detective Cuffs, I'm asking you to bring some type of nutrition for somebody who's walking out there that's suffering with PTSD as well.
You know, anybody walking out there with post-traumatic stress syndrome, also known as PTSD, there's help. It may seem dark. It may seem that there's no light at the end of that tunnel, but anybody that is approachable would love to hear and just hear your side, or just sit down with you and just let you vent. You know, they got all types of services out there, but the number one service that I would suggest for people that suffer from PTSD, have a conversation with God, man. He may not respond the way you want him to respond, but having a conversation with God is one of the most, relaxing, vindicating things you can do. You may suffer from PTSD, but you will never suffer from the loss of your faith. You know, we all go through it. I've been through PTSD. My character's a character, but at the end of the day, if you need somebody to talk to, you got God. You can inbox me. I've had conversations with many people who had PTSD or other illnesses, depression, bipolar, you name it, and the outcome turned out great. So you can definitely inbox me on my Facebook, my Instagram. It doesn't matter. I'll respond.
Thank you. And as y'all see the numbers scrolling down by. You know, if you're in need or know someone that needs help that is suffering with mental illness, please call for help. 877-617-7984. The hotline is 24/7, and you could be anonymous. Thank you so much.
And Spicy. Hey, Spicy.
Yes.
Let me just touch on something real quick too. I'm talking directly to the Black community. I'm talking to the Black and brown community right now. We have to stop this this attitude of calling somebody crazy. Oh, he's crazy. Oh, she's crazy. No, they're going through something. No, they may have undiagnosed mental disease. So we have to start paying more attention to what's going on with the people within our communities, whether you live in the suburbs or the urban community, whether you're rich, middle class, or poor. You have to pay attention to your Black brothers and sisters out there. You got to pay attention to your brown brothers and sisters out there, because they're scared to cry out for help because of how you may receive them. You know, somebody may want to tell you what they're going through, but they may be afraid because of you may be putting their business out there. People want to turn to people, but people are afraid because of the backlash that it may cause. People are crying out for help, but it's falling upon deaf ears. So we have to do better as a community. We have to unite. We have to empower. We have to uplift, and we have to embrace. And once we embrace our people within our communities, then let the upliftment, the empowerment, and the embedment of the community begin. Because if we keep antagonizing or alienating people with mental disease, then more people will be pushed in front of a New York City subway. More people will be committing crimes that they don't have to be out here committing because of their mental disease. White folks get treatment regularly. Black people, we take it for a joke. Oh, he or she just crazy. No, he or she may have problems that we need to get diagnosed. So let's begin to progress so we can be our best. And I'm done.
Thank you so much for that. And as always, it's been a pleasure. Hopefully we can have you back for Mental Health Month. I would love to have you on here.
I'm there.
You know, to speak on this, because, you know, we all suffer with some type of disability mentally.
Yeah.
But thank you so much. It's always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. You know, I love doing this, and I wish you the best of luck. And we'll be talking to you soon. Good luck on the movie. And love you.
All right.
Love you. See you soon. All right. Thank you so much. And make sure y'all tune in, because do not forget, we do have the poetry contest going on. You do not want to forget, as you see, the deadline is the 30th of this month. So you want to go ahead and get your videos over and make sure you get them submitted in so it can reach the judges in time. December 30th is the deadline. The video has to be with you showing and speaking the poetry. And I look forward to, and there's been a lot of submissions, and I'm telling you, I cannot wait to see who the next winner is going to be. We have 2 winners, first place, second place. First place will be the Powerful Poet of the month, of the year, Powerful Poet of the year. And then also the one that brings the melody of the year. So I am so excited. So just make sure you get your videos over. We look forward to this coming up. It will be February 10th that it will be announced who the winners are. So on February 10th, we also have special guest, Miss Nice With It. So we'll see you there, and y'all have a blessed week. Much love from the Unspoken Heart Discussion Hour. And also this coming week, I kind of do know what we're going to be talking about. It's something serious. I have to finish speaking with the person that I'm interviewing to make sure that it's a good time for next Thursday to bring this story. It's a true story. And we're just praying for them right now. It's fighting for justice. So just be looking out for the flyer that will be going up as soon as I speak with her. Y'all have a blessed week. God bless. Stay safe and stay well. Y'all have a blessed one.